Hello there. I'm speaking to you tonight from 10 Downing Street, where I should be. Now, I'm speaking to you tonight on the last Tuesday we're going to do for a while because of lockdown. As you know, we keep changing the times round a bit to suit Boris. But our Sunday night live show that people would see on JDTV, you didn't see it on YouTube. We've had to knock that on the head because we can't get more than we can't get anybody into the studio basically, and we want to stick to the lockdown rules. We don't want to be the bad guys, and so now these live little rants, a little bit that goes on YouTube and the rest goes on JDTV, are going to be back to Wednesday nights at 1800 hours o'clock. And Sunday nights at 1800 hours o'clock. So tonight is Tuesday if you're watching this live. The next time you'll see me will be on Sunday night at 1800 hours, 6 o'clock, British, yeah, Sunday evening, okay? And this Sunday evening as well, as it is Remembrance Sunday, sort of, isn't it? It's the 8th. We're going to be doing a 1 hour programme afterwards featuring me, of course. So I'm the only one here that's locked in, talking about my life with the military and talking about veterans and some of the great characters I've met. And November is a time of reflection, isn't it? Looking back. And boy, we're going to have enough time on our hands to look back during this November. November the 2nd is an important day for me because that was where my great friend Keith Emerson was born. A great chap who played keyboards in a band called The Nice as I grew up in the 60s, and then the mighty Emerson, Lake and Palmer, a virtuoso of the keyboard and the Moog synthesizer and organ, etc. And it's interesting, I always, when I talk to some veterans around about this time of why Keith took his own life or decided to end his life, I think what it was, he was getting old, his arm had gone, he couldn't play like he used to, and in his mind he'd lost his relevance, which was crazy because he was loved and adored by many. He had a fantastic family that miss him. We all miss him, and we just wished that he'd have picked up that phone and had a call to somebody. Remembrance Sunday. It's a shame people can't walk past the cenotaph. You're probably wondering why I don't wear a poppy, and a lot of people have asked me why I don't wear a poppy. I don't think they're questioning my loyalty to the veteran or to the armed forces. I think that goes without saying. Maybe they think I just don't wear one. You see people on the television wear them all the time now. It's a uniform. They start sticking them on round about October. And of course they're just stuck on. It's not as if that TV presenter goes out and buys one. These are the people from Wardrobe or the little runner that goes round and said, oh, you've got to wear your poppy, otherwise the poppy police will be around. I don't wear mine. I choose not to buy a poppy. And one has to ask, what is the poppy for? Does it say I am supporting veterans? Are you supporting veterans, or are you really supporting the only charity that benefits? One charity benefits from the sale of that poppy, and that is the Royal British Legion. It sounds rather grand, doesn't it, the Royal British Legion? Let me just tell you, right, the Royal British Legion last year turned over £163 million. And has £70 million in reserve, plus all what its buildings are worth. That's a lot of money. And where does that money go? Where does that money go? How much are the running costs for this? How much does everybody get paid? But the biggest point is a lot of veterans are saying, why have these top 10 big charities got so much money, yet they do nothing? If you look at Help for Heroes, a charity that was set up initially to buy a swimming pool at Headley Court and then went on to do fantastic work with soldiers that have lost arms and legs in Afghanistan and Iraq. But those arms and legs are all done now. What are you going to do with the rest of your money? You'd think you'd give that to some of the other charities that look after the homeless veteran and look after the veteran in the criminal justice system. No, of course, what Help for Heroes have done now is they've decided to spread. We've done what we wanted to do, but we're keeping this money and we'll do the hidden wounds that you don't see anything. Well, isn't that supposed to be done by Combat Stress? Combat Stress are the PTSD charity, unless, of course, I asked them to do something with someone who's got PTSD, and they said, I'm afraid he's got the wrong type of PTSD, and he's been drinking, and we can't help that person because he is drinking. So I had to sort him out with my charity to make sure he wasn't drinking, but Combat Stress wasn't there for him. He's dead now. So let's look at this whole charity situation. Combat Stress turn over 15 million a year, and they shut Orderly Court, the building where they treated people that are suffering from combat stress, despite my old mate and paratrooper Gus Hales, who went on hunger strike outside there to moan about what combat stress were doing. The RAF Benevolent Fund has 37 million in reserve and 22.5 million a year, and they're actually advertising for people on the television. They're actually saying, have you seen someone, it's probably them now, phoning up asking if I want a donation. Don't hold your breath for that. They're saying, do you know anybody from the RAF who wants help? Please get in touch with us. That's fine, unless you're another little charity like I used to run, and you phone them up and say, can we have some money to help an airman who's in prison for burglary? Oh, no, they don't want to know about that. The big charities have, listen to this, between this is the top five, top six, £275 million in reserves. So far this year, let me read you this. Okay, I got this from Norman, called me the other day. We have had 73 veterans and serving personnel kill themselves, suicide, this year. What are these charities doing about that? If you buy that poppy, will that bring that down to 71, 70? It's ridiculous. Do you know who does the most to help veterans in this country? Do you want to know that? The NHS. The NHS do more than all the other charities put together, as if they're not busy enough now. I stepped down from being the unpaid chief executive of Care After Combat because of what I'm doing here by talking about my views, how my views are felt. It is frowned upon by certain establishments in this country who will have nothing to do with my old charity if I am part of it. So I've had to fall on my sword. So more veterans can be saved by Care After Combat. Another person that's done a fantastic job for the veterans in this country, has to be said, is an MP, and his name is David Lammy. He is a rather big-boned BAME person from a Labour Party, of course, from Tottenham, who said we do not want any white saviours helping Africa. Well, thanks very much for that, David. It's told the 85% of the people in this country who are not of BAME person that their money can go somewhere else. Give it to me, folks. Do you trust me looking after veterans, even though I don't wear a poppy? Trust me. Make a donation to our new charity here at our TV station, Ustream. JDTV is part of Ustream. That's the thing. So if you want to help, please help me. Make a point. Show these people that it's people that you can trust with your money to look after the veterans are the ones you want to help. And that's me. So text, donate to 66777. Help me raise £100,000 for our veterans. And I guarantee you, every penny will be spent on those veterans' welfare. So here we go. Here's what you do. Subscribe to YouTube. Sign up to JDTV, okay? And please text donate to 66777 and help me help them. Okay, folks.